Our next guest has gone from Kansas City to Hollywood, and now he's sharing that story with his debut children's book, I Can Make a Movie, showing young readers how creativity, heart, and a little hustle can turn any dream into reality. Let's welcome in creator and director of Peacock's hit show, BEL AIR, and debut author, Morgan Stevenson Cooper. Welcome in.
What's up? Good morning.
It is so nice to have you here. We love having people who are from KC leave and then come make something and want to come back and share it with Kansas City. So we're happy to have you.
It's great to be here, you know, and I'm grateful to be presenting this book to the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us some about the book, first of all, and what inspired you.
Yeah, you know, I just think we live in a time where like kids are being bombarded with so much messaging. You know, they're on tablets and phones all the time, and it's just like advertisement, advertisement, advertisement. And the thing about filmmaking is an exercise in decision making. It's an exercise in collaboration, communication, and creativity, of course. And I thought that was a message that young people could really use right now.
Yeah.
As we step, you know, even further into this digital age. It's like I wanted to tell a story of a young girl named Nora Rose, who's a Kansas City girl, and she's making her first film with the help of her brother and her cousins. And so it's a family story as well. And I'm really committed, you know, through my art to create things that promote families being together.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I noticed about this book right away that I loved, but I was just curious why you chose to make the main character a girl.
Yeah, because that's important.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I
It's
agree.
like that's super important. And like, you know, I think about my niece Kenzie and like, you know, watching her and my nephew Cameron making their movies on their iPad, and she was directing and bossing him around. Go over there. No, that's not how I want it. You go over there. You know what I mean? And just like watching her do that was just so inspiring. And I think it's really important that young girls are at the forefront of their story, making things happen. And so I wanted to present that message to this book.
Yeah. Okay, so you are completely self-taught. You've done a lot of really great things, but like how did Kansas City shape you to be the creative and the person that you are?
I mean, Kansas City has still to this day has some of the most creative minds
I agree.
in the world. We're the middle of the map. It's the heart of the country. And so you're getting all of these different textures from the West Coast, the Bay, New York. Like we listened to everything growing up and we watched everything growing up. And so I think just like the environment, it teaches you hard work ethic. You know, it's like Kansas City is a place where, you know, it's all about putting your best foot forward and, you know, and that's really it.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing I love about this book is the representation of brown and black kids seeing themselves in art like this, and I think that's really important along with little girls, but kids who are seeing themselves as the main character. I know that was probably important to you as well. Absolutely.
And you know, it's really important to me to, you know, tell stories of my community, but do it in a context where like every kid of all colors should, you know, see their story through Nora's eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I want to normalize that message and say like, you know, a young black child in a family is at the forefront of this book, but this book is for everybody.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's for every child who has a dream. And it's for parents as well. You know, I want it to be, it's really important because sometimes, you know, you see children's books and like, they're like not super fly.
They are the opposite of super fly.
Yeah, they're just not fly. You know, I mean, they're not interesting. And so parents don't even want to read it to their kids. And
100%.
So it was important to me to create something that, again, brings families together, something that the parent will enjoy just as much as the child.
Yeah, I love that. What do you hope that kids take away from this? And what advice do you have for a Kansas City kid at home watching this who has a dream? Maybe it's to make a movie. Maybe it's to be like the next Patrick Mahomes. What would you tell them?
Absolutely. Where's my camera?
Yeah. There you go. No, this one. There you go.
This one? Okay. I would say my message for any kid out there watching or who reads this book is that anything is possible. All you got to do is put your mind to it. And, you know, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to bump your head. Just get back up and keep going. And that's what filmmaking is all about. You know, you're making thousands and thousands and thousands of decisions every time you step on set as a director.
Yeah.
Like, that's the job. And you're not always going to get it right. You know, but the goal is to like take every lesson, learn, keep going, trust your gut and trust your vision, and you can do anything you want in your life.
You can. Thank you so much for being here. We're looking forward to BEL AIR, final season of BEL AIR, isn't it?
Final season, yeah, we drop in, 10 days.
Dang.
Is it? Well, I don't know if it'll be 10 days from when this airs.
That's true.
But November 24th is when we air season 4. You know, so thankful for this cast and crew, and shout out to everybody in Kansas City who supported this project since day one. BEL AIR would not exist without Kansas City.
Yeah.
And all of the brilliant artists who I had an opportunity to work with on the short film that we did back in 2018. I'm forever grateful and thankful for that team.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you guys, I Can Make a Movie is available now wherever you get your books. To see this segment again, you can check out our website later today.